Test, test, test. Can you hear me out there? Test. Check, check, check. Sound check. All right, we are back in Chippewa Falls for game number 2 with your Fox River Freeze taking on Chippewa Valley Riverhawks. First game ended up in a 5-0 win for the Freeze. As the girls get set, we head out to the middle of the ring. I will adjust the camera. Looks like taking the ice with 2 wings are Abby Schill and Quinny Kopic. On D, I see Malia Marshall and Lauren Podolov. With our center is going to be Harper Tim. Back in the goal for the Freeze is Kylie Collada. Tim, puck drop down. Drops it back to Marshall. Marshall's going to take up near boards, circles around. Off the boards, pounds it up into that near corner. Kopic meets up with defender, pins her up on the ice, on the boards. And the Hawks trying to get out of zone. Schill just hammers that one, circles around, looking for that pass between the skates of Kopic. Kopic back inside and off a Hawk, and she is at far corner. Schill again in there, and Schill just hammering away. Kopic now gets it out of the zone. Everybody's going to have to reset. Marshall has it, backhands it up the boards. Riverhawks, 3 of them there. Picked up by Kopic for a moment, over to Schill. Schill now working her way in there, and Marshall back up. Now Marshall again takes this one. Has a little room, and off she goes. Quick swoop around, back again, and no score. Safe. All right, adjusting the microphone a little bit as it may sound a little further away. Bring her back in. Shot on off of someone's side. Picked up by Piper L'Esperance. She marches forward. Taken away, and here come the Hawks. That's that Summer. She was their one big offensive throat last threat last time. Puck in middle, skates across of the Riverhawks net. Gets by Hahn. That will be Evie Allen going to go pick up that icing. It's going to come back to the stick side of Riverhawks goalie. Kopic and Schill stack up to the right. Kozak will be the center. Steps up. Back over to Kopic. Kopic winds up, shoots it up high. Over the top of the net. Puck's in the corner. Kozak has it. Looking for Schill. Schill just didn't get it to her. It was deflected back by the Riverhawks. It's in between everybody's skate. Kopic just wings that one out. Back inside, and the Riverhawks are on the march. One to beat, and it was Marshall pokes that one away. Looking up, Schill over to Kopic. Kopic now takes this one up. Now she's going to go looking for that backhand. Loses that puck hard into the boards. Out of the zone. Marshall up the near boards. Comes back around, looking for that pass inside, and it was covered up. .9:20 left in the first period. No score. Harper Tim back at center. Lesperance to her left. Stacked up and looks like Frankie to the left of her. Back is Hahn. It gets to Frankie. Frankie winds up. Fires that one just outside. Tim back inside. Looking over to Hahn. Carly Hahn in the corner. She backhands that one, and it's going to be Tim into the near. Corner has it. Wants to move it inside. Lesperance picks it up. Back to Kozak at the D position. She pokes it forward. Lesperance into the corner. Lesperance circles around the net. Back to that. Is that Tim or Hahn? Hahn. Hahn over to Harper Tim, and that's a score. Harper Tim. Hahn with the assist. 1-0 freeze. 8:42 left in the first. Minahan, center. Schill, Kopic, wings. Kozak and Hahn back on D. Hahn, first one to the puck. Over to Kopic. Kopic uses the boards, loses it, turns back around by the Riverhawks. Schill in there to slow things down. Kozak up the boards. Looking for Kopic, who's sprinting down the ice, trying to get the shot off. Gets it and loses the shot covered up. Gets the shot off. Save. Glove save.
Scored by number 88, Harper, and assisted by number 26, Carly Henn.
Carly Hahn with the assist. Minahan fires that one over to Kopic in that far boards. She wanted to back into Schill. Schill loses that, and it is Marshall deep in the neutral zone. Crosses the red line, gets it up past Minahan. And it's Minahan's puck in the far corner. She wanted to chip it out, but got it taken away. As I saw that near trip, there has not been a penalty in that first game at all. Back to Schill. Over to Marshall. Marshall off to Kopic. Kopic scoots that one up, looking for that break. She could not get inside in time. Far corner fires it back. Picks up her own garbage. Gets a shot off, swing and miss. Backhand by, I think that's Piper. That is Piper Lesperance. Over to Minahan. Lauren Kotola, Marshall Kotola. Kotola trying to get up to Kopic. It's intercepted by the Riverhawks. And Marshall up the near boards. Marshall swings around, get that shot off, and fires it in. Got it. 7 minutes left in the first period. 2-0. Out comes Kozak. Lesperance to her right. Kozak working up the near boards.
Scored by number 31, Aliyah Marshall.
Tries to get it inside. Lesperance gets by her. Punched back on the board by the Riverhawks. Lesperance turns it back around. Lesperance and Frankie Schumacher pinned up in that corner. Lesperance walks out of there with it. Looking inside. Had Kozak waiting for it. Just got taken away by one of the Riverhawks. Held by Hahn. Hahn's going to fire that one. Ooh, that goalie was just standing there using her blocker. Getting close to that 6-minute mark. Shot to the side of the net. It was Hahn getting that shot off, but it was outside of the net on the side. Hawks making the move, get it out of the zone. Held up by Evie Allen, and we had an offside. Schumacher did not get back in time. Out comes Tim, Schill, Kopic, Marshall, and Kotola. Hawks down. Hawks have it. Tim and Marshall and Tim both get taken down. Puck goes firing in there. Marshall still can't get up, and Kotola's holding on defensively, keeping that puck away from the net. Nice pass inside by Schill. Schill again. Schill's going to get that shot. Kick saved by one of the defenders near that near corner. Back to Tim, over to Schill. Riverhawks. Inside. Kotola holds. She's going to cruise over that far board. Kopic pinning him up. Getting over to Tim. Tim loses that one backhand. Marshall fires this one. Glove save. 4:51 left in the first period. 2-0 freeze. Minahan moves this one up. Charger, that was all Claire Minahan there, pushing that into towards the net. Hawks blast that one out of the zone. Hahn there. Plenty of time. She's going to go over to Allen. Allen forces that one up the boards. Redirected by the Hawks. Minahan backhands it over to Hahn. Hahn finds that one between her skates and launches that one in just onto the blue line off her offensive zone. Schumacher there. Hawks will let that one go. That should be an icing, and it will come back to the stick side of their goalie fireboards. Kozak, Kopic, and Schill take the ice up front. Hahn and Allen are your defense. Allen will be the defensive one behind Schill and Kopic on the right. Kozak looking to make that quick pass. It doesn't make it over there. It gets the other way over to Hahn. Hahn has it far boards. Looking inside with that backhand. Nice pass. player, and then fires this one back behind the boards. She'll try to get it over to Kopic, who is wide open, just a little bit too much on there for her to handle, and the puck is through the neutral zone. Puck gets chipped up for a moment. Kopic trying to move this one up the boards. Hawks down on their offensive side, our defensive side, for maybe the second or third time this game so far. We've been doing a really good job keeping that puck down here. Kopic trying to get that pass over to Schill. Gets it off the skates of a Hawk. Kozak has it. Looking over to Schill. Abby Schill with that. Couldn't get that shot off. Kopic and Schill pin that Hawk behind the net. There's a yard sale as one of the Hawks stick her down. Gets that shot off and saved. Nice pass by Schill again. Held up one more time. Kozak steps up. Dumps that in that corner. Up on the boards. Hawks there. Back inside. L'Esperance over to Kozak. Kozak. Backhand. Drifting shot. Just another save by that. Saved by that Riverhawks goalie. L'Esperance looking up, get up, ice. Tim trying to dice through 4 of those Hawks, and she got sidetracked on that one. Pushed out far boards. Back to Tim from Frankie Schumacher. Tim looking for Schumacher inside, gets it taken away. The two number 31s collide on these near boards as Marshall takes away any of that momentum. Gets it back to Tim. Tim now across the red line, trying to push it into the zone. Hold it for a second as Tim comes back and Hahn accelerates into the offensive zone. Looking for that pass inside. Schumacher lines up, shoots. Not much on that one as that goes to the right. Puck's just floating around in the offensive zone for the freeze as the Hawks are trying to advance it out. Picked up, Tim winds up, didn't get much off that one. And there's the first penalty of the 2 games as Schill holds on to it, pull the goalie, and Kylie Collada heads up play as she heads to the bench. There it is, nice shot. Oh, man, was that a nice setup by Abby Schill over to Tim. There the Hawks finally touch it, and the penalty is called, and the clock still goes. 44, 43, 42. We're going to, there they finally take extra 6 seconds off. You'll see our first power play of the game for the freeze. We're going to have to find ourselves a sponsor for our power plays. Last year we had William Scheel Realtor. I have an idea. I have Go With The Flow Plumbing. Terry Collada Plumbing. Power play. You got some plumbing issues, you call Terry Collada. Go with the flow. Kopic back. Over to Marshall. Marshall look inside. Has Minahan. And Minahan just gets it taken away from her by one of the Hawks. Stick on stick. Back over to Schill. Circles back. Gets it to Kotola. Kotola over to Marshall. Marshall, plenty of time. She's going to fire that off one of the skates of the Riverhawks. Schill and Marshall. Marshall picks that one up. Lifts it. Minahan finds it. She's pinned into that near corner. Schill's going to help out. Schill backs out as Kopic gets in to help. Kopic goes down, and the Hawks take it. 18 seconds left in the power play. That will end the period 2-0 freeze. All right, we'll be back for period number 2 as the Freeze are up 2-0. Out on the ice at center, Clara Kozak. Lesperance to her right. Frankie Schumacher to her left. Back on D. I believe that is Evie Allen and Carly Hahn. There should be about 18 seconds left of the power play. 22 seconds, they'll give us. Kozak steps up, ready for that puck to go down. Kozak drives that one forward. And the Hawks blast that one back as Hahn's got to pick that one up. Crosses in front of Collada. And moves up ice. He's got a head of steam. Here comes Harley Hahn. Harley Hahn. Wide open shot. And just shoots it wide. Allen now right in front of him on the boards, and there will be a offsides call, I think, as we are back to full strength. Puck's down. Lesperance circles. Inside, just misses Frankie. Back to Hahn. Hahn circling, looking, shoots. Doesn't get a clean shot off as the Hawks take this one back around their own net. Hawks moving it up the boards. Held for a moment, then into the neutral zone. Hahn again. Hahn backhanded up into the offensive zone. This one's going to go back behind the net by the Hawks, but Frankie Schumacher's there to hold things up. Over to Piper. Hawks trying to move it to the set again. Piper pokes that one away. Kozak circles. Looks. Wants, trying to find someone on the inside. Here come two. Kopic gets a shot that just goes across the crease. Kopic again, looking for that. She gets that pass inside. Backhand shot. Nice pass over to Harper Tim. Marshall takes it, circles around, looks up ice, through the neutral zone. No one there. Here comes Marshall. Shoots score. Oh, no. Save as Kopic wanted to get that jump, but she covered up. .10:05 left in the second period. 2-0 freeze. Tim at center. Schill. Kopic up front, stacked to the right with Marshall behind them, and Lauren Kotola on the left side at defense. Back to Kopic. She's going to take this one, circle around, fires that inside, finds Schill. It gets out of there, and it's going to be Marshall. Marshall has it. She's going to let that one ride. Back to that near corner. Kopic winds up, gets that one off, and glove save. .9:48 left in the second. Tim again sets up, trying to get over to the right. Holds. Now it is over there. Kopic picks it up back. Wanted to pass it back to the defender, and it goes between, splits them. Hahn has it. Hahn circles. Hahn makes a move up the boards, up past Schill. Held. Hahn steps up, gets that shot. It's off, deflected off. A couple of the Riverhawks. Kopic comes flying in. Backhand. Oh, boy, that just again. Evie Allen now punches that one into the corner. Pinned up by Lesperance. Kopic takes it out of that corner. Back over to Lesperance again. Minahan makes a move off the boards. Keeps it in over Lesperance. between her skates. She gets pinned by 2. Hahn holds that blue line beautifully, fires it back inside. Schumacher up on the boards. Les Branch joins her. It'll be Minahan into their corner. Back to Marshall. Marshall winds up. Finds Minahan. Minahan backhand. Covered up. There's a former Badger doing some jump around over there on the coach's bench. Riverhawks sending a couple late out there. Puck's down. Minahan drops over to Marshall. Marshall lifts that one up off of one of the Riverhawks. Back down, and puck is floating around there as Piper back to Marshall. Marshall steps up, has Collada. She's going to do it herself. Gets that shot off, and it's deflected back behind the net. Again, and Frankie Schumacher gets one, goes wide. Kind of like the first game, we get a lot of shots, just not one side or the other in the net. Marshall through the neutral zone, crossing the red line, loses a puck, and it's sent the other way. That will be at ice. If it's not on, it's going to be on the net and covered up by Kylie. She's going to keep playing it, sends it back into that near corner. Puck outside, loosened through the neutral zone. Off of Schumacher, Minahan. Hey, Minahan gets that shot, kick, save, near corner. Kola steps up, gets around her into the neutral zone. Down goes the Riverhawk. And Kola just steps up there and disrupts everything with that. And puck is loose, picked up by Lolo, and she's going to send it through the neutral zone. Schill hustling down, chasing 31. 31's a stud on this Hawks team as she's heading up ice. She gets taken away. Coppin uses her stick. Number 7 has it. Schill. Back to Marshall. Marshall now on the charge. All by herself. Skew! Shot into the gut of the goalie, and she saves. .6:24 left in the second period. 2-0 freeze. Kozak will be the center. Topic Schill stacked to the left. Puck's down. Kopic has it. Kopic gets a shot off. Save again. Back to Hahn. Hahn come up the boards. Kopic looks inside, trying to get it over to Kozak. Again, Kopic back to Hahn. Hahn steps up, fired off of Kozak's helmet. When Kozak had it, get Kopic chasing. Back to Clara. Yeah, Clara. Hahn with that shot. Schill now steps in there, trying to get that puck free of the number 12, the Riverhawk. Puck still just floating around between everybody's skates. Schill trying to get that free. Abby Allen circles. Lifts that one up high. Kopic trying to get that pass into Schill. Schill fires that one off one of the sticks of, it's number 31. That's their main player for the Hawks. Schill now looking to get inside, and this time Kopic circles around, gets it back to Hahn. Hahn, these girls are moving that puck around real nice. Moves it D-to-D pass. Step up, shot. Kopic's going in, going to get that goal! Score! 6-7, 6-7. Five minutes left in the second period. 3-0 freeze. Puck's down. Kola up the boards. Gets it over to L'Esperance. Loses that one. Kola's there to poke that away. Schumacher moves it. Far boards. Schumacher again. Over to Marshall. Marshall up to Tim. Tim through the legs of going the Riverhawks, and it's turned back around. Hawks have it. It's going to be on net, covered up. A lot of slides that one over to Marshall. Marshall looking to give it to Tim. Turn around, rip.
98, Quinn Kaufman, and assisted by number 13, Claire Sisman.
That puck, here comes Marshall. Marshall winds up, shoots. Score! Up over the leg pad on the goalie, and that'll be 4-0 Freeze. 4:14 left in the second period. Hawks down, Minahan gets it over to Kopic. Kopic over to Schill. Far board. Hawks are there, move to the neutral zone. Held up. Minahan's going to dump it in the offensive zone. And Schill will be the first Freeze getting up in there. On. Sliding inside, gets that. That one went way up over the net. I think she was trying to lift that one up over the goalie, but it went a little high. Schill. Kopic picks this up, works it into the corner. Looking inside, no one there yet. Hawks, here they come, number 31. Moves it outside. Gets around Kozak. Gets Minahan there to take it away and shot on and deflected out of there. Highly Kalata. Puck goes around the Riverhawks net. Minahan. Puck's just sitting there in the crease and gets sent over in the corner. Topic getting it over to L'Esperance. L'Esperance circles around. Here they come again. Shot on and out. Another save by Kalata. Puck gets driven down. It's still free. Kopic picks up. Quinny Kopic all by herself. Quinny will move, shoots wide. Net. Picked up by Kola, looking around for some help, and then everybody had backed out already. Hawks. Making a move. Marshall steps up, pokes that puck away. She's going to take it. Cuts in front of Kalata. She's getting ahead of steam. Makes a move. Man, she let that puck get just a little outside of her, out of her reach. Nice battle in front of us as Han steps up. He's going to hold that blue line. Flings it back inside, back behind the net on the boards. Minute 5 left in the second. Piper inside. Han. Han swinging and miss. Allen dumps that one back inside. Picked up by Kozak. Kozak looking for Schill. Puck's in that far corner. Schill again steps up. Abby Schill having a heck of a 2 games here so far. Hahn backhands that one into the corner. Kozak finds it, picks it up, looks in the run, plenty of time, finds. Hold with that shot just wide. Oh, that was Schumacher this time. Allen backhands that one up to the boards behind the net. Held by Allen again. Allen burrows away and just bowls it forward for her. And that'll be the end of the second period, up 4-0 the Freeze. End of the third. All right, start of third period. Freeze up 4-0. End of the last game up. One in that one 5-0. So this is very similar situation. Putting a lot of shots on around the net. Once we start dialing that in inside those pipes, these scores are going to get much larger. Minahan, center, Kopp to her left, Schill to her right, back on D, Marshall and Kotola. Warren Kotola, logo. Ref checks the goalies. Plata's ready. Minahan waits. Puck's down. Minahan fires it back. Looking over to her left side. Up on the boards. Both Schill and Kopp have got to clear. They do. Abby Schill finds it first. Gets held up for a moment. Marshall's there to help. Clears the zone. Kotola will be the first one there. Lauren looks back. She's going to use the boards up, looking for Minahan. Minahan. Gets by Kotola, and it'll be, yeah, no, it is Kotola's going to pick this one up. She's going to circle around. No, she reverses it back up. Topic clears as Lauren just keeps skating. Up the board. See, that's no call there. Could have, should have been a trip. No call. Puck now, Riverhawks, who moves his own. Marshall holds. Over to Schill. Schill finds Kopic. Kopic wanting to take that one, then she gets turned around herself. Puck just floating around there, trying to get it into their offensive zone. There's Hahn. Puck in the neutral zone. Has it. Tim. That's an easy trip. There we go. We're going to be back to the power play. Tim sets up. Piper and Frankie to her left. Hahn and Allen back. Allen shifts. We are on the power play, and Tim fires that one. Piper back to Allen. Allen off of Tim's stick into that corner. Hawks slide that one back. Edge, Hahn holds. Schumacher picks up. She'll fire that into that far corner. Wraps around the back of the Hawks net. L'Esperance was losing an edge, and she's still able to backhand that one enough just so Allen was able to pick up. Tim, far corner. Inside to L'Esperance. L'Esperance misses. Allen does it. Allen picks up. She gets that shot off, and nice glove save by that goalie. 9:33 left in the third period. 4-0 freeze. 13 seconds left in the power play. Out comes Kozak, Schill, Kopic, Marshall, and Hodla. Schill and Kopic stack up to the left. Getting the last word in with Kozak as they're letting her know where they are. Marshall to the right, and Kodla is going to play back. Kodla doing a little dance, getting her ready for the puck drop. Puck's down into the corner. Marshall inside. Kopic's going to have to go get that one far corner. Looking back inside, and it's going to pick up Marshall. Marshall making her charge. Looks. Kozak circles. Has two in the center. Chill with that. Oh, you had two sitting there waiting for that. We're back to full strength. Marshall looks up ice. She's going to dump this one. Kopic's going to fire that one over the Schill and just misses it. Schill now in that corner. Looks back to Marshall. Marshall fighting Kopic again. She misses a swing and a miss. They're looking for that deflection shot. Kopic back defensively. Lauren wants to move it inside. Has 2-3 in there. Nice spacing by the girls. Kopic pins up. Get some help from Kozak. And puck's driven back. Schill waiting for that pass. Here comes Kozak with that shot. And it's still free. Out the creases. Back behind the net. Kopic wraps around. She's going to get that quick one in. And that one gets deflected. Move back over to Kodala. She sends it back into the corner. Hawks go cross ice. Marshall holds that blue line nicely. Dumps it inside to Kopic. Kopic misses on that one-timer shot score. Kopic gets the goal. Marshall gets the assist on that one. 5-0.
A little more enthusiasm, commentator. The color man.
I need someone, so feel free. That's when everybody sounds their best. Apparently you've never heard Enel Zelda talk with me. Oh, what a shot as Piper got knocked off. Here comes Hahn. Hahn steps up, gets that shot off, and cover. Yeah, you never heard of the combination of Schumacher, Enel Zelda, and myself talk on.
That's what I was saying. One time I was wrong to the Zelda and Schumacher.
7:36 left in the third period. 5-0 freeze. Puck moved inside. Schumacher with that shot. Nice save by that goalie. 7:20 left in the third. Puck's down, Minahan. Back to Allen. Allen steps up. Plenty of time, gets that shot, and just wide. Minahan circles inside. Gets that shot to Piper, and it just floats by the net. Right. Allen again. Comes back, and that Schumacher is going to have to chase this one down. Circles around Collada, loses it, picks it back up, and winds it around the boards. Hahn had it for a moment, gets out of the zone. And here comes Piper Lesperance. Piper making the move. Lesperance shoots. And back to Cordova. Cordova dumps it inside as we get change here, as Schill and Marshall get on the ice. Puck near boards. Schill holds her up for a moment. Collada dumps. Collision in the middle of the ice. Collada now. Nice little move at the red line. Dumps it forward. Hawks have it at number 31. Tim right up into the boards. Goes across, and that's going to be Lolo Collada. Has that one in front of the bench. Moves it up the boards. Has Schill and Kopic and Tim in front of her. She continues on. Loses it. It just crosses the blue line. Picks it up. Dumps it. Has Schill. Cordova again. Marshall. D-to-D pass. Marshall has this one. She launches that one inside. Looking for a deflection and just missed that one. Kopic. From behind. Lost it. Schill steps in. Kopic trying to pick up that junk. Loses that one again as the Riverhawks wind around the boards. Cordova right between her skates trying to get. There it is. The backhand. Forces that one to that corner. Hawks. Moving up the boards. Held by Marshall. Marshall. Backhand over to Kopic. Kopic swing and a miss. Over to Cordova. Cordova now. Yeah, one gets by her. Cordova again. And the puck gets dumped. Marshall has this one. Here comes Malia Marshall. Has two up front. Loses it. Turned back around. Marshall again dumps that one. Over to Tim. Tim this time. She runs through 2-3 of those Riverhawks. Trying to find Kopic. Kopic's going to take the outside edge. She circles around, wants that, dump that inside. Hawks have it up on the board. Picked up by Lesperance. Tim in front of her. Kopic on the side. Lesperance gets that shot. It's going to deflect it back behind the net. Look back to that D pass. Hahn. Hahn winds up. She fires that one. Everybody's reaching for that puck, trying to get a shot off. Here it is. Launched back inside by Allen. Kopic into the corner. Kopic going looking over to Tim. Here comes Tim with that shot. And covered. 3:41 left in the game. It's 5-0 freeze. And they've been just doing some outstanding puck movement, spacing. Nice job, coaches. The girls are really making huge jumps from the first game. Now we're only a few games into this season, as they are ranked number 9 in the nation by MyHockeyRankings.com. Now I know that's early and whatever, but it's still, hey, they look at the freeze and they see number 9. I like it. Hahn steps up, drives. As Kozak sitting there waiting for that one. And misses that. Back out and through the neutral zone, and it's going to be Allen. Circles. Eyes up. Up the boards. Past a couple of Hawks. Sent it back the other way. Hahn has it. Schumacher in front of her. Off the boards looking for Schumacher. 2:55 left in the third. There it is. Piper moves this one forward towards the net and gets covered up before Piper could reach out. That goalie did a nice job coming out of the crease, covering it up before Piper could get there. We'll switch them out at 2:42 left in the third. Offense and defense. Fresh legs all around. Just going to have Minahan at center, stacked up over to the right. Schill and Kopic. Marshall and Kola back. Kola steps up. Marshall with one and back. Minahan wants to punch that one towards the net. Kopic steps in there. She's trying to move it over to Schill. Loses that one, and then the Hawks come out of there with it. 31-on-31 crime there. As both of them, Marshall did a great job pinning her up on the boards. Kopic comes flying up the boards. Here she comes. Quinny Kopic makes a move in. It's a goal! Quinny Kopic gets her a hat trick at 2:11 in the third. Hawks down. Hawks circle. Back in their own zone. Held up by Schumacher. Schumacher.
98, Quinn Kopic.
Hawks turn it around. Up on the board. Schumacher denies that one. And Hahn helps out. They move it in the neutral zone. Collision again. And this time it was Allen that took out one of those Riverhawks. Pinned up in the corner all by herself. Tim's there. Over to Allen. Back to Tim. Tim circles. It's out of the zone. The Hawks have this one. Looking to make movement. Allen stops that. Hahn helps out. Back to Allen. And this one's going to go across. And that's going to be Piper Lesperance. Up the boards in the neutral zone one more time. Hawks send this one a bit. 1 minute 15 left. Wraps it around the boards. Over to Kozak.
One minute remaining in the last period. 1 minute.
1 period left, the announcer says. It's 1 period, 1 minute. It's 50 seconds left in the last period. Lesperance trying to fire that off. Gets a stick-to-stick deflection. Marshall circles back. Looks up near boards. Trying to find some space. She gets it. Loses the puck, and it gets picked off by the Hawks as they circle around. Inside pass, Marshall. Hawks have it. 28 seconds. Hawks still sitting there in a neutral zone. Frankie Schumacher. She's going to move it up. And back to Marshall. Leah moving. Dicing, looking for that shot. 10 seconds. Here comes Marshall. Pass inside. Oh, wow, nice pass. Well, this is going to be the end of game number 2 against the Riverhawks, and your Thoughts River Freeze will take 2 games. This one's 6-0. We will see you tomorrow as the Freeze will be playing against Baldwin for 2.